Hey guys, Sen here. Today we are looking at one of the most fearsome troops in the clan capital, and I know what you're thinking, it's not the Super Wizard. Although the Super Chad is quite fearsome himself, today we will be looking at Larry. So Larry comes in barrels of 3, and each barrel has tons of Larry, so even though Larry himself gets one-shot by basically every single defense in the clan capital, the Larry barrels come in so many numbers that the only things that can handle it are the splash defenses and traps. And you can see up the left side of this base, there is no splash coverage. And so as long as we drop in our Larrys one at a time, you saw that that one barrel went ahead and took out 2 log traps and still had a couple Larrys to spare. As long as you don't spam in all your barrels at once, you should be good. So now we're going to drop in 1 rocket balloon to take out this rapid rocket and the spear thrower. The importance of that is that it clears that compartment mostly, and so a ram will target towards this air defense and open up this wall instead of opening up this wall, which will lead my Larrys to their doom from this rocket artillery shell. So now we're working our way in. That one log sprung all my Larrys over there, but we still have a couple more barrels, and then we drop in a fortress up the right side of the base because I see there's not much air coverage. There's a rocket artillery and an air bomb, but the fortress is going to be able to push through that and then grab a bunch of point defenses that aren't protected by air defenses. And so at this point, we're just working up the final compartment with our Larrys. 2 of our barrels actually split off and they get sent to their doom, but we still have a couple more barrels that we send in for this last section of the base, and we want to push up this side where there isn't going to be any more traps left because the defender decided to put all of their traps on the entry. And so I was pretty confident at this point that my Larrys were going to be safe. It's just a matter of how much they can pick off before the point defense fire just whittles them away. And so they're going to push their way in, and I'm going to drop in the last ram to help tank for the cannon and the spear thrower to help keep a little bit more of them alive and pushing, and also open up that wall for our final hit. And you can see that fortress is still it's in the red, but it's still healthy there because nothing is shooting at it, and it's going to snipe a bunch of buildings for me. At this point, I'm thinking, hold on, can I swag all of my spells over the course of 2 attacks? And so I start off by dropping 2 swag heals because you can see this base doesn't really have much left. And we want to see if we can swag 4 heals on the river. Now, we run out of time, but the fortress was about to die anyway, so it's not a big deal. Let's see how we're able to get this done. Alright, now we're going in to try to finish off this base, and so first we start off with the barb to help clear some trash over here, and then 2 hog raiders, 1 on the air defense, 1 on the cannon to help push in and clear the spear throwers as well, so I can deploy loons closer to this rocket artillery. And then 1 pack of archers to snipe this spear thrower so we can deploy loons directly targeted on this air bombs. We're just trying to shave the defenses on the outskirts so we can start deploying our loons closer. And then we're going to try to swarm the base. I should have started with my loons on this multi-cannon and bomb tower. You're going to see this rocket artillery is going to wreck me, and also I was too fast on the loons towards the air bombs, and so that huge pack of balloons got splashed. And at this point, I'm like, abort mission, abort mission. We've done a horrible job with our rocket balloons to where so many of them got splashed by the big splash defenses on the base. And we're dropping in both of our heals to help recover this mess. There's only 1 rocket balloon left, and it's trying to go into a spear thrower. Luckily, the heal basically out heals the spear thrower damage, so that 1 rocket balloon is invincible. And it's gonna push through that last spear thrower. So yeah, we're still gonna get this, but this was you know what, this was all intentional. This was all calculated. I wanted to have just 1 rocket balloon left and send all of my big packs of rocket balloons straight into air splash fire. Absolute perfect raid that I would not have done any differently. That is the power of the Larry barrels. You might think I'm an idiot, but this is peak clan capital gameplay. Alright, let's be more responsible with our spells against this builder's workshop and try to not throw it all away. So we're gonna start off by opening up the wall with a ram so we can start dropping in some archers to pick off the opening cannons over here. Now I see that down here there's 3 point defenses covering this area, and I can target them directly with hog raiders, and so I do that. And those 3 Hog Raiders, you're going to see just how much value they get for me. So after I clear out the Rapid Rockets so I can target those point defenses, as my archers are distracting, I drop in a ram to help probe for a zap trap, and then I target those 3 defenses and I stun them with my hogs. And you're going to see just how much value that gets me. I've already cleared a lot of the section towards the blast bow, so I'm going to clear the last air defense, and we're already here towards the blast bow where we're going to try a wizard bomb. After those archers die, we drop in a giant from far away to tank the giant cannon and the blast bow, and then we start in with our rams and our super wizards. I actually didn't notice that the super wizards were going to get clipped by this giant cannon, but they're still going to get in and get their value off. And you can see those Hog Riders cleared out those 9 defenses, took out the multi-cannon afterwards, and are also going to finish off this giant cannon. So those 3 packs of Hog Raiders just took out 11 defenses. That is the power of base identification. So now we're pushing in with some more archers. We drop in a ram and barbarian to help clear out the some of the trash buildings so we can directly target that giant cannon with 2 packs of rocket balloons like that, and then we're going to take out that giant cannon and we're going to try to push through with our remaining packs of archers to grab as many of the splash defenses inside the base as we can. We took out the giant cannon, now we're going to take out the crusher. And yeah, at this point, once that all goes down, there's just 1 more giant cannon left on the base, and I think you know what time it is. Even though I said we were going to be more responsible, you know, I just can't resist dropping my first heal on the river, and then before the attack even starts, we drop in our last 2 heals on the river, and we're bringing in 12 Larry barrels to help swarm the backside. We have a giant to help tank the giant cannon. I actually make a mistake in that the giant gets hit by the multi-cannon, which was not intentional, and it gets blasted down by a zap trap as well. But still, we are absolutely swarming this base, including the giant cannon, and so it can't handle all of these Larrys coming from all different directions. We're using some rams to help probe ahead for any traps, as well as provide a little bit more distraction for our Larrys. But you can see we have 12 Larry barrels, and even when traps are popping, they're not hitting many Larrys at once. And so those Larrys are just cutting through all of those defenses like butter. This Builder's Workshop got absolutely annihilated by the Larrys. We have probably hundreds of them left. So yeah, Larrys are absolutely crazy when you can play around the splash defenses and the traps in the base. Alright, I have got to stop bringing attacks that involve having heal spells in the troop bar because I just cannot resist throwing those heals on the river. And so we are coming in with our Rocket Loon Zap, and I see that on this base, all of the splash covering defenses are inside like this, to where this entire top section with a bunch of air defenses and point defenses, spear throwers, are not being protected by splash defenses. So this defender once again has decided to not respect the power of the Larry Swarm, and they are going to get punished. You can see this one barbarian, it dodged a log trap. It's gonna walk forward, grab another clan house, dodge another log trap, dodge another log trap. That barbarian just does not want to die today. So he dodged 3 log traps somehow and is still gonna work around clearing some more trash for me. Now we're gonna push up this top side because we've already opened up the spawn deployment area to where we can drop in our Larry barrels very close up, and we're dropping in a ram to help probe for traps. It seems the defender just had absolutely no respect for the Larry. They didn't even put any traps up here. So these Larrys are just going to claim this man's soul. They're going to punch through this district hall super easily, even though there's a couple of point defenses firing and it has a lot of HP. When you have that many Larrys on a building, it doesn't matter how much HP it has, it is going down. So with 2 skeleton barrels, they're going to work their way in. They're going to start petering out because there's a lot of point defenses. Those skeletons also follow the example of the barbarian and matrix that log trap as well. And we still have 2 skeleton barrels after all is said and done. We drop in that barbarian to help snipe down that spear thrower. But it doesn't quite get that down. Now we're going to drop in some more skeleton barrels up the right side of the base. Because I see that this side isn't covered well with splash defenses either, but we don't have any more rams, we ran out. So unfortunately, we can't really get to this section of the base at all. We're now coming in with our rocket balloons to help push our way in, targeting them in towards the defenses that we want them to take out. And we're also going to take out this spear thrower with 1 pack of rocket balloons so we can directly target this rapid rocket with a barbarian and take that out for free basically. We're dropping in our last Larry barrel towards the air bombs, but unfortunately without without the ram and also that giant bomb, I'm not going to be able to get to that air bombs. So we just come in with a couple more rocket balloons to help take that all out. Notice how I splashed the spear thrower as well by dropping the balloon between those 2 defenses. We're also going to take out the air defense with 2 rocket balloons, and then our last barbarian is going to come in and take out that rapid rocket. And you can see that after I zap down these 2 air defenses and this air defense, this spear thrower left on the base, there is basically no air defenses left on the base except this rapid rocket and this air bombs out here. So yeah, this base is in a lot of trouble. We took out so much of the base on the entry with our Larrys that now we can just come in. That 1 rocket balloon takes out the spear thrower and tanks the air bombs for us to sneak in with 3 packs of rocket balloon to one-shot that rapid rocket and then take out that air bombs. And then, yeah, at this point, it's just a matter of technique. There's like 4 air targeting defenses left on the base, and we have so many packs of rocket balloons. We're just targeting them in, trying to take out the last Mega Hin Tesla on the base, and then try to take out those spear throwers so we can just swarm that last blast bow with whatever remaining rocket balloons we have left. This wasn't like the cleanest rocket balloon hit either, but when you get that much of the base on the opener to where there's no air defenses left on the base, you will absolutely smash the base, and we have like 40 camps of troops in the troop bar for swag. Yeah, Larry must be respected. Alright, for this last replay, I see that, once again, this right side of the base has no splash defense coverage, and so we're going to work up that side with Larry's, and we're also coming in with our archers and rage. You can see the blast bow and the multi-mortar over here are out of range of that section, so those Larrys are just going to rip through that. But with this replay, I also wanted to point out that sometimes if you're going to put defenses next to the cliff's edge, archers might be able to reach over and snipe those down, so be careful. You can see this rocket artillery. We don't even have to push into the base. We can just snipe over that cliff with our archers and take that out super easily with our archers in a rage. And so we have 2 rages that we're going to try to push in, try to get 2 rocket artilleries, a blast bow, 2 crushers, and some multi-mortars so we can set up really nicely for our hogs. But because archers are boring to watch, we're going to focus in on the Larrys at 1 speed and watch as that pack of Larrys is going to clean house. I only have 4 barrels, mind you, and I'm only dropping 3 up here, so you're going to see how much damage just a couple of Larry barrels are able to do when there's no splash defenses. So they've already taken out a couple of cannons. They're going to work their way in, grab another cannon over here, another cannon over here, and a multi-cannon. Now, I forgot that I had 1 more Larry barrel to drop. I could have finished off this compartment with the 2 spear throwers and the cannon. I actually wasn't sure whether that was in range of the blast bow. I forgot whether it was. And so I just hold on to my last pack of Larrys. I'm going to push up the left side of the base with archers even more. Yeah, at this point we're going to fast forward because sleepy archers are boring, but you can see those packs of Larrys just grabbed so many defenses up the right side of the base. And with those archers taking out a bunch of key splash defenses, this base is just set up so nicely for our hog raiders. I actually drop in that last Larry barrel. Try to sneak in towards the rocket artillery, but you can see those Larrys just get absolutely blasted. Let's try to finish up this base. We're going to snipe down that last rocket artillery with some archers under rage, and we're going to just try to finish up with some hog raiders towards these defenses. We're also able to reach this rocket artillery with our hog gliders over the cliff once again, directly targeting. And so we're going to try to stun that rocket artillery for our hogs to push their way in and try to heal through this huge section of defenses covered by this blast bow. And then you're going to see we also have a back end Larry for this section to just top off this attack. Now, you can see my hogs are pushing their way in. We have 2 heals, so even though there's a lot of damage on this section of the base, my hogs just have so much punch through the base, and we just have that 1 back end Larry to finish off this video. And yeah, this Golem Quarry is taken out as well. You have to be careful with your defenses, especially with your splash defenses. Make sure that they cover a lot of the base, because traps are usually not enough to stop skeleton barrels against an attacker that knows to stagger them and also uses rams to probe ahead for traps. Now, if you're watching this video soon after it's been released, I'll be streaming Clan Capital Attacks today, Friday at 6 p.m. EST, so make sure to drop by. But that'll be all from me for today. Make sure you like and subscribe, and take care.